joke. Okay, so Be'ezrat Hashem, Torah ל"ח ליקוטי מוהר"ן, רבנו is teaching us, ישראל אשר בך אתפאר, כי הם כלולין מגוונין סגעין, the glory, the beauty, the rainbow of colors included in all of Am Yisrael. Each and every one of us bring his color into that amazing rainbow, and then HaKadosh Baruch Hu can praise himself with us. וזה שאנו רואים, and that's what we can see, כשאדם מתבייש נעשה כמה גוונים. When a person is embarrassed, when someone insults that person, so he's changing colors, he becomes to be pale and then red, and he's switching colors, blushes. ובזה יכולים אנו להבין, and in that we can understand, אם יש לאדם יראת שמיים, היינו בושה. If that person, he's got fear from heaven, if he's got a shame, if he's getting insulted, לאחר תיקון החטא, after he's fixing the sin. What it means? It means that when you do tshuva, like Rabbeinu asked Rabbi Nachman, when you confess, when you stand in front of Hashem, are you become to be red strong? Rabbeinu שאל אותו, אדום חזק. It means that when a person is really doing tshuva, so he really feels that shame, he feels the disgrace, he really stands in front of Hashem. That's the question. If you don't feel like you stand in front of Hashem, so if you don't care so much, but if really you feel Hashem is looking at me, so then you feel a big shame. כשאנו מסתכלים על פניו, and then the result gonna be that when we're gonna look at his face, ונופל עלינו יראה ובושה, so then fell on us fear from heaven and shame. We're ashamed in ourselves. You look at that righteous man and you ask yourself, what am I doing with my life? Where am I holding? That's the proof that that righteous man that stands in front of you is righteous. If after that you looked at him, you had those thoughts of tshuva that you say, hey, where am I holding? That's a testimony on him that he's holy. Why? Because his powers are affecting you. He's helping you. You see from here that the main yirat shamayim that a person have is to give it to others. What's your level? How much that you affect other people. That's your level. Not how much that you hold in yirat shamayim. How much that you affect others. You can be perfect in your yirat shamayim. No one learns from you. It doesn't count nothing. Only when your yirat shamayim is illuminating from your face out and other people looking at you and they say, wow, I have to do tshuva. Where am I holding? If he's doing tshuva, so I have to do a lot more tshuva. And that's the evidence that you really hold yirat shamayim. היינו שנמשך עלינו דעת, that we received, the students we received דעת, knowledge, בגדולת הבורא יתברך שמו, on the greatness of the Creator, praising him forever. As much as you understand that he is great, that's how much you're going to do tshuva, and you're going to feel shame, and you're going to feel always that you have more to fix and more to work on yourself. That's what it means, that you know Hashem, that you know that he's great. וזה פירוש, and that's the meaning of that verse, אז תבין יראת Hashem. Then you're going to understand how to believe in Hashem, how to be afraid of Hashem, not to be afraid. No word for that in English. פירוש, בזה תבין שיש לו יראת Hashem. The explanation is, with that thing you're going to understand that that person's got a complete faith. ודעת אלוקים תמצא. And then you're going to find the wisdom, the understanding of how great God is, that he exists, that he's with you. So you're gonna understand, bina liba, your heart gonna understand, when you're gonna see him that he is holy, that Hashem is there. And that's the proof, the evidence that that person got yirat shamayim. If it affects on you, that you're gonna believe more in Hashem yitbarach. היינו כשימצא גם לך, means only when you also gonna find דעה בגדולת הבורא, understanding in the greatness of the Creator. היינו בושה ויראה, means shame and faith. That you also, after a class, you're gonna go and you're gonna do tshuva. After that you heard some words from a righteous man, you're gonna take those words and gonna work on yourself, because you're gonna feel not comfortable with yourself, with the fact that you're not doing enough. So that's the evidence that that person that taught you got yirat shamayim. So the commandment is go learn another class from him. Come again. That's that's what else can you do? He doesn't need nothing from you. וזה בחינת, and that's the aspect of וראו כל עמי הארץ, that all of the people, all of the nations, everyone saw, וכולי, ויראו ממך, and they started to believe in Hashem because of you. They're not afraid of you, like we explained before on that tefillin a few classes ago. They're not afraid when they see you with tefillin. Oh, he's got tefillin on his head. No, who wants that? That's the purpose of tefillin, that people are going to be afraid of us, that we're putting tefillin. וראו כל עמי הארץ ויראו ממך. Now they're afraid of you because you have tefillin. We're not Daesh. We're not going and taking heads off with our tefillin. We want people to believe in Hashem Yitbarach. When you go and you say Hashem, we love you, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, we're trying to influence the knowledge that Hashem, He loves us. That's what we're trying to teach. That the light that we have to give to the nations. That everyone gonna know that God is with them. That God was here and God is here and will always be with us, with everyone, with all of the nations. He loves everyone. Rachamav al kol ma'asav. His mercy is on all of the creations, on squirrels, on mice, on birds, on butterflies, on every animal, every flower, every stone. Receives the amount of mercy that requires for his tikkun to be fixed, to achieve his goal in life, his purpose. היינו שנמשך עליהם גם כן יראה, means that those creations, those people that are watching, having the merit to hear, to see that righteous man receive his faith from him. Yesterday night I had, after I finished another time, thank God, 6 hours in Bodedut, I completed those 6 hours, thank God, by the tzion of Rabbi Zev Lebovich, and after it I met a certain righteous man, a very big righteous man, over there in Bnei Brak, and I saw that that also big, huge, righteous people don't have the merit to see what that we can see. We talked about that concept a lot of times, and it's a little bit embarrassing to say, but the leaders of the generation are limited. Why? It's very embarrassing to say, but they don't believe in us. The reason that they don't believe in us, they don't believe that Am Yisrael can do Teshuva. That's the meaning. They don't believe that Am Yisrael can come back. They don't believe that the worst people of them all can fix themselves and can do Teshuva. So actually they don't believe in the mercy of Hashem. If they think that a war is required to bring the salvation, so it means that they don't believe that we have the ability to bring all of Am Yisrael to do Teshuva before the war will happen. So actually they don't believe in Hashem Yitbarach, that He is very merciful. They don't believe in that. The reason for that, unfortunately, is that they're arrogant. Even that they are very righteous, and I am talking about righteous people. Why they're arrogant? Why? Because they're watching themselves, observing and looking at themselves, and they find out that they are righteous, that they are pure, that they haven't done nothing bad, that they are good, that everything is okay. Maybe they have some issues with themselves, but generally they feel that they are in the side of Hashem. They are good. We're righteous. We're good. But then when they're looking on other people that now are dancing in clubs, or I don't know what they're doing, violating all rules, and they're saying to themselves, they're not going to do Teshuva. So, how come you came to that understanding? If you are holy, so why he cannot be as holy as you? So, it's probably because you think you're better than him in a certain way. You do know something, you do understand something, and he is not. So, if you would really know that everything that you achieved, it's only because of the loving kindness of Hashem Yitbarach on you, you wouldn't even dare to think for a moment that you're better than someone else and that he doesn't have a chance. Just the fact shows that you think that you achieved something because of your wisdom, talent. Even you can define it siyata dishmaya, whatever, but you're not thinking it all through until the end to understand really that you are not exist, that you're nothing, that it's only kindness of Hashem. So bottom line, you do think that you have something good and someone else doesn't have the ability to achieve that because he's weak, because he's evil, because whatever. So you're judging him in a very cruel way. You don't give him a chance. So it means that you don't believe in him. You know what it means? That he doesn't believe in us, that they don't believe in us. Because me, as an individual, I'm a miracle of Rabbeinu. It's a miracle that I'm here. I'm the evidence that every person can do tshuva. And you're going to say there are people that are worse than you. It's nonsense. I was in the lowest place that I could find myself, and then Hashem saved me, and He saved me because of His loving kindness, because that He's so merciful, not because that I was so successful and wise and whatever. My face were 100% to the other side. I wanted only foreign things in my life. I didn't want Hashem Yitbarach at all. I couldn't care less about Torah. I couldn't care less about prayer, about Teshuva. What's that? Who is thinking about those things? There's a party, there's good food, there's nice smells, there are nice things to see, wonderful things, all kind of lust and desires, and that's what it calls the other side. I was there, and suddenly you see that I'm in a different place. The only lesson from that is that everyone that is over there can cross that distance. And if you don't believe in that, so you don't believe in me. So if you don't believe in me, so how can I succeed with you? I cannot. So what I should do? I should take care of myself. If you, my rabbi, if you, the leader of Am Yisrael, if you, the greatest, Gedolei Ador, greatest of the generation, you don't believe in us, so we're not following you anymore. We're sorry. We love you. Everything is good. We hope you're going to join us because we're going to succeed. We're going to believe in ourselves. If you don't believe in me, it's your problem. I'm going to succeed with you, without you. It's your tough luck that you don't believe in me. It's your problem with Hashem. It's your arrogance that is blocking you, even that you are righteous. And that it will not even going to cross your thoughts, chas v'shalom, that I'm talking about a person that is not righteous. I'm talking about a very holy person. I'm talking about people that are huge. If they don't believe that Am Yisrael can do tshuva, means they're justifying the judgements on us, they have a problem. You can justify everything that happens in your life on yourself if you want to. The troubles that I'm going through in my life, you cannot accept them. I'm not accepting them, you cannot accept them for me. You cannot say, look, we have to go through that. The widow, she disagrees with you. The orphans, they disagree with you. So you are wrong. They're a lot more right than you. No, I want to say tzodkim. More right than you. They're a lot more right than you. They lost their father yesterday. You cannot talk. Close your mouth. Don't talk. No, listen, those are chevle leda. That's what we need to go through before Mashiach. You haven't got the permission to talk. And if you're talking, you're not talking for me. You're not representing me. I'm that orphan. I'm that widow. No. I'm sorry. I cannot accept the fact that you took my husband for me. No. I cannot accept the fact that you took my father for me. No. Moshe Rabbeinu, when he heard that there was a decree on Am Yisrael, he's not saying, look, Hashem, please, what we got? No. He's saying, listen, Bore Olam. If you're erasing them, erase me first. If there is a righteous man in this generation, if there is a rabbi in this generation, and he's saying, hey guys, we have to go through that. Hold on. What are you doing? You are allowing the angel of death to kill the people. You're allowing the murderer, the Malach HaMavet, the angel of death, to take victims, innocent victims, children, and women, and old people, and everyone, and soldiers, and people that have future. You allow that because you think that it's required. Why you think that it's required? Because you think that you're in the other side. Because you think that you are pure. Because you think that you've been saved already. Because you think that you understand something, that you know. Because you don't really care about the victims. Because you don't really feel the sorrow of the orphans. If you would see the eyes of the orphans when they're crying at night that there's no one to hug them, you wouldn't say, no, we have to go through that. No, you would cry. You would cry all night. If you would have a heart, you would cry all night. Like the Gemara is saying, "Garachmanim chayem menam chayim." The merciful people, you cannot call their life life. It's not a life. This is not a life. If there is one person that is a homeless, it's not a life. A few weeks ago, there was a woman that had been raped by 4 men in Jerusalem city, a Jewish young girl, been raped by 4 men in the same night. How can you sleep? How can you say, no, we have to accept the judgments? What are you talking about? I'm about to break you to pieces. You're talking about me. They violated me. They forced me. They raped me. They haven't raped you. Let's see you talk after 4 men's going to rape you all night long. You're going to justify judgments on you? Okay, even if you're gonna? Okay, I'm happy for you that you're able to cross that you're able to get over it. I'm not accepting it. I don't want my sister to be in the same place. I don't want my daughter to be in the same place. I don't want to be in that place. I'm not accepting it. That's not the way that I want to live. I want to fight. You love me? Fight with me. You don't fight with me. You don't love me. The leader of Am Yisrael should fight for Am Yisrael, should be the first one to fight. He's not sitting in his office and commanding the soldiers how to kill themselves over there in the borders. No, he's the first one. He's holding the sword and he's running. He's running, and if he's gonna die, he couldn't care less. He's gonna protect, he's gonna write a will, he's gonna talk to everyone, he's gonna explain to them, who are we? We should unite ourselves together, we should love each other, we have a purpose, we have a goal, let's go, let's do it all together, we love each other, we're gonna make it, we're gonna succeed. No fear in your eyes, no people that are afraid, go to your houses, go to your homes, don't worry, we're gonna fight for you, we're all strong, we're gonna make it. That's a leader. Where's the leader? He's in Caesarea. He is in Caesarea, in his villa, in his swimming pool. Now he's going to his meeting at 9:30. His meeting, what's his name? Kerry, I don't know what. That's his name, Kerry. That's his name. His name is Kerry. That's his name.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. It's all Pigmei Brit, it's all Pigmei Brit, it's all contaminated, it's all nonsense. You're a leader? How they choose a leader? A leader, it's a person that have to feel the nation, have to feel the people, have to feel the company, have to feel everyone. He should be poor, he shouldn't be the most rich person in the world, he should have children in the army, he should have children in schools, he needs to understand, he needs to have a long white beard, a person with life experience, a person that he learned a little bit, person that people loves him, people appreciate him. He needs to be part of the people, he needs to be part of the nation. If you're talking about someone else that is not here, he cannot lead us. So what we should do? What's our job? So what we're going to do, if the leaders of our own generations, they don't believe in us, they don't believe in you, they don't believe that you can do tshuva. Now they're talking to me. Why they're talking to me? Because I already done tshuva. So, okay, we respect you, you done tshuva, but they forgot where I came from. No, they're not dealing with where I came from. They're not thinking about that. But I cannot forget it, because I'm still there. Because it's me. I done tshuva. It's me. I done tshuva. Okay, so every person that was there with me can do tshuva. And I didn't have no powers to do tshuva. I was just begging to Hashem Yitbarach. I told you that once I met a certain rabbitzin, rabbanit, and she told me, in 1 year from now, you're going to be religious. I told her, what do you mean? I'm going to believe more in Hashem. I was a soldier. I was a soldier in the army. I was 100% far from what that she was talking about. So I asked her, what do you mean? I wanted to avoid her bad news to me. I told her, what do you mean? That I'm going to believe more in Hashem? I'm going to have more faith? So she said, no, Haredi, black pants, black suit, white shirt, long beard. I was terrified. I went back home from that meeting and I started to cry. And I begged to Hashem. I told him, Hashem, don't do that to me, please. I begged. I cried to him. Really. Be'emet. I cried. I told him, please don't do that to me. I knew she was right. I knew that I'm a liar and that she's right. And that the truth is to keep Shabbos and to be religious and to put tefillin. I knew it. I didn't have a doubt. Because she said words of truth. She saw and she told me. And you can recognize truth when it's been said. Divrei emet nikarim. I started to cry. I held my head. I was crying. I said, Hashem, don't do that to me. It's going to be too hard. You know how many things I need to do? How many things how many steps have to be taken? How many things I'm going to have to do? How I'm going to say to my parents? What I'm going to do with all of my friends, my plans? I wanted to be a skipper on yacht. I already paid 10,000 shekels for that course. Yeah, I had plans to drown like Yonah in the sea. I hope some whale gonna save me. Already paid the money for the skipper's course. I cancelled it. Took the money somewhere else, somehow. If they don't believe in us, so what? We lost hope? Rabbeinu said, "En yush ba'olam klal," no despair in the world at all. Im ta'aminu, ta'amenu. If people are going to believe in you, if you're going to believe in yourself, you're going to be believed. You're going to have something to show. So if they don't believe in us, everyone that are saying that war is required, that blood is required, that judgements are required, everyone that is accepting on himself what that going on in the world today, and he's predicting and he's expecting for more, and the kingship of Ishmael going to rule the world, and people going to have to hide in the houses, all of that, that's face of fear. I said it yesterday to that rabbi, important rabbi. I looked at him, I told him, listen, whatever you say now, that's the face of fear. That's how they're trying to terrify us. That's not the truth. That's your opinion. I respect it. That's how you think. But you're holding Hashem back from helping us. Because we have a different way. We think that Hashem Yitbarach is a lot stronger. So he told me, you know what? I'm your soldier. Tell me what to do. I told him, you're not my soldier. You're not. You don't have the merit to be my soldier. You don't have the zchut. Why? He said, why? I told him, because you're from birth. You are religious. You're religious. You don't see what that I see. You never saw the real kindness of Hashem Yitbarach, what it means that Hashem takes you from the sewer and bring you up to a place that you now going to talk to me. Something happened that you're going to talk to me. Something happened because I was wearing red Levi's and green Levi's, and I was wearing a crocker, shleikes, and I was, what? Suspenders, and I was putting my hat back, and I had Oakley sunglasses, and I was driving a Jeep, and I had 500 Samak Kawasaki, Samak? CC Kawasaki, and I was driving like that, like the custom style, like the Harley Davidson, and I was in the United States, and I was in Amsterdam, and I was in England, and in France, and I made tattoos, and I was with a lot of women, unfortunately, before I made Teshuva, and I sinned, so you wouldn't talk to me. And now I'm sitting here with you. I was eating, I was drinking alcohol in Yom Kippur. We have a lot to talk about. I was eating shrimps and lobsters. I even tried shark one time. It was disgusting. It was disgusting, but I did. To hide it, to play a game like I'm an important rabbi. הרבנות מקברת את בעליה. Rabbis are buried under that yoke of rabbanut, of being a rabbi. I'm not a rabbi, I'm a Baal Teshuva. I'm a rebel. I'm not a rabbi. I'm a rebel. That's it. So now, if me, that I saw all the movies that were there in the cinema until the year 2000, you know how I stopped smoking grass? I'm going to tell you that story. How I stopped smoking grass? It was the Sylvester of the year 2000. Sylvester Alpine, it was a big party. Millennium. And we wanted to do something nice, but all of the parties, and we were stoned, so you don't want to push yourself to do something really exciting. You just want to smoke again. So we went to do a campfire, a bonfire. So we went, few friends, and we're sitting on one of the mountains that you can see from the other side, the view of Jerusalem. And that's it, and we made a nice bonfire, and of course, before we lit the bonfire, we already lit the bang. You were smoking joints. We were not smoking joints. We were smoking bangs. And yeah, you have to be hard on yourself. Why? You're a sissy, you're a woman, you need to smoke heavy. On Yom Ha'atzmaut, Independence Day, 48, to Medinat Israel, to the state of Israel, we were sitting, all friends together, we were smoking 48 heads for Medinat Israel, for the success of Am Israel. What? Balls of fire. 48. I fainted after 48. My friends continue. They're not my friends so much anymore, but they continue. They're still continuing. But I stopped at 48. 48, it's moach. קיבלתי מוח, גימטריה, number value, 48, it's moach. It was enough. I fixed my brain. So we're sitting over there in the millennium and we're smoking, and suddenly I'm freezing cold. And it was a nice warm day, and there's a fire over there, and I find myself that I'm all the time getting closer and closer to the fire, and I'm shaking from cold. And I started to think, and I'm saying to myself, why? I'm asking the friends, you also feel cold? And everyone is so happy and stoned, and everything is great, and only me, I'm shaking. And so I went to the side, and and I'm looking on the view to Jerusalem, and I'm thinking to myself, what's going on with me? What's going on with you? I was thinking like it bodedut. I was just thinking, what's going on with you? Why are you shaking? Everything's okay. Are you afraid of something? Something is wrong, and I don't see nothing. And then I ask myself that simple question: what caused that fact that now you're shaking? What brought you to that feeling of feeling so cold? And then I said, before you smoked, you didn't feel that at all. Only after you smoked, suddenly you felt that. So what it means when you feel cold? For me, that was the sign from Hashem. Hashem was talking to me in that night. Why? What it means? What's the explanation of feeling cold, shaking like that? A person that he is or sick, or that he is freezing from some kind of cold, inner or from outside, he is shaking. So what it means about me? It's not cold outside, and I'm not sick. So something else. And what is that? Maybe it's that drug. Maybe it's that THC, that drug that I smoked. Maybe it's killing me in a certain way. Like freezing cold, like a certain disease, a certain sickness that kills the person. So maybe in a certain way, it's killing me. And when I thought those thoughts, I was looking at Jerusalem and I felt relaxed. And suddenly I stopped shaking. I couldn't feel the cold anymore. I wasn't cold at all anymore. And then I said to myself, so Hashem gave me that zchut, that merit to think even that thought for a moment. And I said to myself, now you're looking at Jerusalem. and also you're getting closer to the understanding that smoking drugs is not good for you. So there is a connection between taking care of yourself and not smoking drugs and to look to Jerusalem, because the bonfire and everything was to the other direction. And when I was standing with my back to that bonfire and smoke fire, and I was facing Jerusalem, then I was thinking that Bodedut, I was talking to myself in that time, and I realized that it's not good for me. And thank God that Hashem helped me to stop in that day and not to use drugs anymore. And because of that understanding was so strong for me. So you see that Hashem can help a person in the worst situation of them all, in the place that he is all drunk. I know a friend that told me that one night he was using drugs. He was doing cocaine, and he was stoned. Is that almost flipped? He was somewhere else, and then he started to feel that something is wrong going with him. Something very wrong is going on with him, and he started to pray, to talk to Hashem, and suddenly all of that effect of that horrible drug, cocaine, just disappeared. And we're calling it sachi, and he was clean, he was sober, he was 100% sober. He looked at himself and he felt like Hashem just took it away from him. And that's a miracle that opens your eyes. That's a miracle that shows you the hand of private supervision of Hashem, that He can redeem you from every place. But a person that's born in a Beis Midrash and grew up in a kosher neighborhood, he will never gonna understand how powerful Hashem is, that He can handpick you from the massacre, from hell, and bring you to heaven and put you in Beit Midrash. Because you're born in the Beis Midrash. You're born in a Beit Midrash, so you will never gonna understand what it means to be born in the USA. You will never gonna understand it. You cannot understand. Yeah, and even me, that I born in Jerusalem and I went through a lot and I really came from very far, I also cannot understand what that you can understand. Because probably if you're born in the exile, there is a worse exile over there for sure than what that I know. Even if I mamash was in the worst place here, trust me, it's better than what that probably you went through. And even more so on the converts, on the gerim, that for sure are coming from a very weird, very, very confusing place. So those rabbis, those holy rabbis, they don't believe in the converts. They don't believe in the Baalei Teshuva. So in what you believe? Which redemption you want to have? You and your minyan? You and your neighborhood? That's the salvation? Save Bnei Brak? Save Mea Shearim? It's nonsense. Hashem loves every Jew. Hashem loves every creation, every creature, every person in the world, every animal, every cat, every squirrel, every mice, every chipushit, worm, that's a tolat. Also, caterpillar, beetle. Hashem, He loves everyone. His mercy is on everyone. So you think that Hashem needs to bring a destruction to the world in Tain, you say? In Tain, to build it? If he wants to build it? Maintain. Hashem needs to destroy it, to maintain, to build it? כך אומרים? We're learning English. It's an English class. Hashem צריך להרוס בשביל לבנות, בכוונה לבנות?
Destroy to build.
In what? In order. Hashem needs to destroy it in order to build? No. Hashem just can build. Hashem can build. Hashem is Elohechem Nagar, He's a carpenter, He's a builder, He can build. Hashem can give us. What? You think that now after 70 years that we're here in Eretz Israel, or more, even 100 and 130 years, that the first people came back to Eretz Israel and we started to build and they started to fix the roads and houses, and today we have pharmacies and supermarkets and hospitals and we have a nice army and everything, and thousands of Baalei Teshuva and people, and we have a lot of Batei Midrashot. Now, after 2,000 years of exile, Hashem brought Israel back all that way. 2,000 years we weren't here. 2,000 years we were not here. 2,000 years we were not here. For us, it's simple to be here. We born here. Or that we just came. It was available. When we born, it was available. It was here already. So for us, we don't see the whole picture. The whole picture is saying that we were not here for 2,000 years. And now you have more than 6 million of us already here. And another something like 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 million Jews on the way here. You see that the borders are getting stronger and closer and constricted. And you see refugees, and you see that the hands of private supervision, if it brings Muslims to all of those places, and Muslims, they don't really like us in this generation, so it means that the Jews are slowly being pushed toward the only place that they can run to. It's here. That's the only place to run to. Where are they going to run? From France to United States, from United States to where? To here. That's it. That's the last miflat. I say miflat. Refuge. That's the last refuge. That's it. You think that after 2,000 years that we were not here, and now for 100 years we were building and developing and growing, and now we have social security, and we have a police, and we have everything that people need. You know, and you have homes for parents, for elder people. You have everything you need. You have everything you need. You have everything you need. Now Hashem going to ruin all of that? That's what you think after 2,000 years? Hashem now going to ruin that? Going to be the last war? And what? Just you don't believe in the hand, in the power of the supervision of Hashem. That really Hashem already builds. Hashem already builds. Hashem already bringing here. Obi, you just came. Someone else, oh, you came 1 year ago. Oh, you came 2 years ago. Oh, you came seven. When I came, when my father came, when he was 6 years old. I came when my mother came. My mother, she born here. No, okay, when her parents came. Okay, so it was 70 years ago. Okay, great. And then, it's all happened in the last 130 years. All of us came here. Those came from Morocco, those came from Iraq, those came from Baghdad, those came from United States, those came from Germany, those came from Poland, those came from Switzerland. Everyone came and we're here. Now Hashem going to ruin the redemption, the Geulah, already in its peak, already happening. Just look at it. Just open your eyes and don't let fears and the news tells you what's going to be in 15 years. What's going to be when the Ishmaelim, demographic, the numbers of them multiplying, they have a lot more children. What's going to be in 15 years? And they live in the Galil, and they live in the south, in the Negev, and this and that. So what? So what? But Hashem is with us also. Was there any chance in the world to be saved from the hands of Germany 70 years ago? Was there any chance to do that? Only miracles brought us to Eretz Israel. To receive the land, that the nation is going to give us Eretz Israel, and we ourselves, the leaders of that generation, they rathered to go to Uganda, to Africa. They chose, they gave them the option, they chose Uganda. Crazy people chose Uganda. So, Lamrot, despite of what that they wanted, the leaders of that generation, Hashem revealed His will. No, go back home. Okay, you lost. You don't understand. Home, go home. You don't need a place. You need to go home. It was against our logic. It was against our will, not the will of the nation, the will of the leaders, the ones that were talking, the ones that were so-called deciding and thinking and planning and whatever. Hashem's will was to bring us back here. So now after that He revealed His will. And for years He's bringing thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands, and now we're already 6 million and more Jews lives here happily in Eretz Israel. Now Hashem going to destroy that? It's an imagination. The difficulty is because we don't believe in ourselves. Because we don't see in our eyes that the redemption is already on with full power, facing forward with full power. Look at us, Baalei Teshuva, how you woke up. Oh, you don't know my story. And you, even worse. Worst stories, most amazing stories. Muftim, miracles of Rabbeinu. And stories like those are happening every day, every moment, with thousands and thousands of people in Eretz Israel, from United States, from Canada, from France, from Australia, from Germany, from wherever they are at, and they're coming and coming and coming and coming, and that's it. And the power of Am Yisrael and the success and the beauty and the glory and the wisdom and the siyata dishmaya, help from heaven that we have, is also growing. And the wisdom is also growing. And soon we're also going to have people that are going to be able to lead us in a kosher path, in a kosher way. And not all those leaders that are false, that are liars, that they themselves not Yirei Shamayim, they themselves don't have faith. They themselves don't have real Ahavat Israel, love to Am Yisrael, so they cannot lead us. If they don't believe in us, they believe in politics. If they don't believe in us, that we can succeed, that we as a nation, we have powers, we don't want to follow them. I'm not following them. I'm not fighting with them, but I'm not following them. I'm working on to believe in myself, to believe in my friends, to believe in my nation. And that's what we should do. Believe in ourselves and to get stronger and stronger. And one day, the one that's going to be the perfect one for the job, he's going to take the job. Hashem going to choose him. Hashem going to bring him to lead us. And we're all going to cancel ourselves, nullify ourselves to him, going to follow him, going to support him, going to walk after him. And he's going to fight for us and we're going to win the war. That's it. Thank you. Goodbye. Salam alaikum. See you بعدين.